Uber loses supply, Tesla's gaining supply, Tesla's gaining market share, prices are coming down. But at the same time, as we add on delivery services, now we have a whole nother demand lever on top of that, that by itself, all things being equal, would serve to increase prices a bit. But of course, Tesla's going to be adding more and more vehicles to the network over time. So my expectation is that prices come down pretty dramatically over the coming years, even if Tesla is finding ways to utilize robotaxi more and more with things like delivery services.
And then the other question is you showed very nicely, thank you, the impact to the revenue per cybercab.
Mm-hmm.
It's significant. It's a lot. And well, the weird part was what happens if it's on the highly utilized ride hail versus not highly utilized ride hail. But the significance if it's low and so big that I think that again, like I was saying earlier, we're all underestimating the potential that ride hail could impact to the stock or to the business because it's massive.
Yeah, and
Double
again,
what
we're
we were thinking.
underestimating it because it's not just going to replace what we have today. It's not just going to replace ride hail, and that's the market. Tony Seba has talked about this so much. It's a whole new platform. And what it replaces, it's going to become something much bigger because it can do so much more at lower cost. We can see how it's going to move people at a lower cost. Therefore, demand for ride hail or that kind of
Yeah.
service will only increase. That's very clear. And to Uber's own studies themselves, they showed that if they could get their price down to $1 per mile, it would be a 25x increase in their market opportunity. Right?
Yeah, they said that before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've discovered that a few years ago. And so
Yeah.
now we have a company like Tesla that will be able to actually do that at some
Yeah.
point as they get
And
more
then if you
vehicles in the
expand
fleet.
this to Tesla Semi, Robo Trucking, and Robo Van, then I remember before somebody said, I think if you can get it below, and I think it was $1 per mile, you're now competing with rail.
Yeah.
You are competing with short haul flights. And so you were saying earlier that, yeah, Amazon has planes, but a lot of it you could compete if you can get robo truck like a daisy chained of Tesla semis, robo vans.
Right.
This is no wonder Tesla's going to be in the package delivery business. They could replace FedEx. I mean,
the opportunity with someone like Amazon or competing against someone like Amazon is if you can get rid of the need to have a warehouse, distribution centers. Now, right now, that seems strange to say that. But eventually, again, if we have more localized manufacturing, if we're not shipping everything we buy from China, right? Let's say we're successful over time of using robotics to build things locally, not just because of Trump's tariffs and all that. Just fundamentally, now we have the ability to use low-cost humanoid robot labor or any robotics to more cost-effectively make everything in our country or more things in our country. Therefore, it can be made around the corner in small batches at high quality and low price, right? In that case, it can be shipped basically from the factory to the customer. You don't need to put it in distribution centers anymore, right? You might not even make the item until it's ordered or have a low inventory of the items because you know that you can build it very quickly and ship it the next day. So that kind of thing, if we see that kind of structural change, then the way that Amazon has constructed its whole business model of taking all these goods that are being shipped to our shores, dispersing them across distribution centers, optimizing where they're located, and having planes flying stuff back and forth on anticipation of orders. I know an Amazon Air Prime pilot, that's what he does. He flies stuff from one distribution center to the next on anticipation of that stuff being ordered. Amazon pre-positions things. If they don't have to go to any of that cost because now you can make it more locally and just deliver it from the production floor to the consumer, that would change everything, and that would be a threat to Amazon. Now, we're probably a long way from that,